Hey guys, my name is Ross. Welcome back to my wiki channel with another video. Today I decided to do something really fun. You've seen this type of videos, this same kind of video, but I think they're fun to do. And I decided to do my top 10 favorite Walt Disney Animation Studios films. Not Pixar, not live action, just the Walt Disney Animation canon. And this is gonna be a really fun time. I written down the list, my top 10 and honorable mentions. Is a really hard one because I am a Disney fan. I love most of the films that they did from the 30s all the way to the modern era. There's some couple stinkers. Let's face it, there's some couple stinkers. But this is my opinion. If you don't like my top 10, that's fine because I respect your opinion. Comment below if what's your top 10 favorite Walt Disney animation film. Because I would love to know what is your top 10, what my ranking will be different from yours. This could be a fun one. So I'm going to go with 10 to 1. And between 2 and 1, I'm going to say my honorable mention. Because there's several honorable mention that I'm shockingly there's. So let's get right into it. Number 10. Number 10 is something else as a recent came out a couple years ago, but I just adored this movie from the first time that I saw it in theaters with my dad, and I just love the music, the animation, the story, and it is Moana. I think the main reason I love this movie is because Lin-Manuel Miranda did some music on that, and I love Lin-Manuel Miranda, Hamilton fame. But Moana is such a wonderful story about a young girl who's trying to do something different, who has something she wants to get out of the world, than rather stay in the same island and have the sense of adventurous and wonder that she has. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous film to look at on a big screen that I saw first time in theaters and happily owned it on Blu-ray. It looks beautiful, and just the music. Man, this You're Welcome is great. How far I'll go is a wonderful theme and a message, and the way is one of my absolute favorite. But I just love the story and just the relationship between Moana and Maui, and it's just a fun time. Number 9. This is a hidden gem, and no one ever really talks about this film. This is my personal favorite. I grew up watching this movie from VHS as a kid. I just love this movie. It's pirates set in the sci-fi that is Treasure Planet. You have no idea how much I love this movie, and I'll be happy if Disney ever do a live action remake because I'll be down for that. And just I love the animation. I love the space opera aspect of this movie. This pirate ship turned into like a spaceship. It's such a cool concept. Yes, this is a Treasure Island, I believe, remake to Treasure Planet, but I just love Treasure Planet so much. It's about a boy, Jim, trying to be a man, trying to prove his mother that he can be a responsible man, and the challenges that he has taken. Um, just a great film, and I just love this movie. And it's one of the hidden gems that nobody talks about. I don't think not a lot of people talk about it, but I just adore the animation and just adore this film. It's pirates in a sci-fi setting. That's a cool concept, and I just I was saddened that they didn't do this well in the theaters, box office. But again, this movie had become a cult following, and I just adore that film so much. Number 8. I saw this film for the first time last year. With my knowledge that this film exists in the you know Walt Disney canon, the Walt Disney animation canon, that I heard about this film, but never seen it. It's a film of a Sherlock Holmes-esque story, but with animals. That is the Great Mouse Detective. Vincent Price as a villain is the highlight of the film. But on top of that, the story is entertaining. It's a fast-paced movie from the beginning to end, and the third act battle between Vincent Price villain, I forgot the name, and the detective. Those were amazing, amazing stuff. Cooperated from 2D animation to with 3D animation with the clockworks, and it's a fun Sherlock Holmes story that is basically take place in the Victorian era. It's just the animation is beautiful, and it's a good movie. And it's just a fun movie. But I will say I consider the Treasure Planet over the Great Mouse Detective, but I had the story is more fun than Treasure Planet. But it's go back and forth. But the Great Mouse Detective is a ton of fun. Number 7, one of the best Disney sequels. Better than Frozen 2. I did not. I mean, I like Frozen 2. It's not the best, but it's not Frozen 2. That is the Rescuers Down Under. One of the best Disney sequels that Disney ever made. Is fast paced, more entertaining, much funnier, and just a thrill ride take place in Australia. And that villain, really creepy villain, if you think about it, and just he just wanted to let that kid die, and just there's some dark stuff. Don't forget, there's other Disney movies that has some dark stuff, but this is one of them. The Rescuers Down Under is such a fun one. Number 6, a classic, an icon, had nothing to say what has ever had been said. That is Beauty and the Beast. Move on. Need I say more? It's a classic. Number 5. Now we're getting to the top 5. Number 5. Big Hero 6. I am still waiting for a sequel. I know there's a TV series, but I want a sequel. Love this movie. It's a superhero movie in a Disney setting. It's just so much fun. I love the characters. Baymax is a highlight of this movie. I just adore this movie. That's why I was in theaters. I don't know how many times I watched this movie. It's rewatchable, and it's just a fun movie. And I love the score. I love the animation. I love the characters. I love the team Big Hero 6, and I'm down for a sequel if they ever do a sequel. We got Frozen 2, we got Wreck-It Ralph 2, but whatever. Give me Big Hero 6 sequel, and I'll die happy, because it's such an entertaining film that a boy named Hiro Hamada wanted to do something big and decided to do something really special and make it a team of heroes. It's a superhero film as well, based on the Marvel comics that does exist, and they did something very different, unique on that. Make it something not just the copycat of the Marvel comics, but making it your own. And Big Hero 6 is one of them. It's just the action scenes were great to watch, and I'm still waiting for a sequel. If they ever do one, please do the sequel. Cause number 4, this is one of my childhood favorites. I love the music. The music had been the most replayable music throughout my childhood. I listened to that music for a long time. Replay. That is Tarzan. Love Tarzan. Came out in the year of 1999, the year I was born. Just love the animation. Just love the story of a man who just trying to become a man, like trying to learn who he is. And Tarzan is great. I love the soundtrack, love the score, and the music by Phil Collins, especially one of my favorite songs in the whole Walt Disney animation canon. That is "You'll Be in My Heart" by Phil Collins. I absolutely love the music. It's heartbreaking. It's beautiful at the same time. It's replayable in my ears. I listen to the music over and over and over again. Never get tired of. I just love Tarzan. It's just a great movie, and I'm glad that movie existed. Um, yeah, there's a couple like there's a lot of adaptation on Tarzan, but this is the number one, the king of all the Tarzan adaptation. Just love the relationship between Jane and Tarzan, and the battle scenes. Between the cheetah. No, it's a jaguar, I believe. But versus Tarzan. You know what I'm talking about. Just great comedy moments, great character moments. Just Tarzan is a childhood favorite of mine. Love it, love it, love it to death. Number three. I love this movie. That is Lilo and Stitch, the TV series, which I adore. There's so many direct-to-DVD sequels, which I also thought it was a good direct-to-DVD sequels. Little Stitch is everything to me. I saw it in theaters. I have it on DVD, now on Blu-ray. I love this movie. And that's all I can say is, yes, they're going to do a live-action remake, which I'm really skeptical on. I'm like, whatever. But Little Stitch is a pitiful for my childhood. I love this movie. The character between Lilo and Stitch is just, iconic duo. And it's just, Stitch is a great character. And it's also sci-fi. I love sci-fi. It's just, Little Stitch is great. It's just, the world building, the characters, everything about this movie has the sense of lore. And it's so rich. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous and has a great message. It's just a great movie, and I'm glad I saw this. I believe I saw this in theaters. It's been a while, but it's just one of my favorites. Number two, a classic, came out in the '60s. One of my favorites. I believe this is the oldest of all the top 10. That is Sleeping Beauty. To this day I hated the Maleficent movie. I hate Maleficent how they did it. Sleeping Beauty is one of my favorites. The Walt Disney with the 30 to all of the 60s, the Walt Disney era, and it's just one of my favorites. It just looks beautiful on a big screen. It used the widescreen. It's just breathtaking. The animation is beautiful. I love the third act battle between Maleficent. It's just her turning into a dragon. It's just a cool, exciting scene. I adore this movie. Aurora is basically one of my favorite Disney princesses. Go at me. I don't care. You have your own opinion. This is my opinion. Sleeping Beauty is one of the most gorgeous films to look at, and it's just, I love the godmothers, the fairy godmothers. I believe they're the blue, the pink, and the green. I believe they're great. This movie is great, and this movie gave me one of my favorite Disney villains of all time. That is Maleficent. Menacing, creepy, iconic, and just he turned to a dragon. Need I say more? Now, before we go to number one, let's go to honorable mentions. I have a couple of honorable mentions. Let's go quickly. The Emperor's New Groove, Atlantis, The Lost Empire, Hercules, Aladdin, The Lion King. Shocking, I know. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 101 Dalmatian, and Hunchback of the Notre Dame. Yeah, you'd be shocked that I put Aladdin and The Lion King in honorable mentions. It's my opinion. Respect that. Anyways, number one, a little film that everybody loved. Home on the Range. No, I'm kidding. Number one is Tangled. Tangled is the return form to Disney when it comes to with 3D animation. It's the new renaissance for them. And yes, we got the Prince of the Frog, which is the very last 2D animation, and going forward with 3D animation. Tangled is one of the most beautiful, unique, different take to the Rapunzel story that we all know and love, but into a more accessible story, and just it's a great movie. I adore this movie for a lot of reasons. I love the songs. I love the chemistry between Flynn and Rapunzel. I love the villain as well. I just and the music and the animation, everything about this movie as a whole is a masterpiece in my opinion. It's one of the other Disney movies that is highly rewatchable. Every time I watch this movie, just brings the big smile in my face. This also has one of my favorite Disney music. That is, "I See the Light," starring performed by Manny Moore and Zachary Levi. And one of the things about this movie is what makes this movie so wonderful is the sense of adventure between these two characters with Flynn and Rapunzel. That should show that there's character development throughout the adventure that they both takes on. And I just love the companion with Maximilian the horse and the little chameleon that Rapunzel has. I forgot the name, but really adorable character. And Rapunzel is just another great Disney princess that I actually adore as well. Possibly my number one. It's tight between Princess Aurora and Rapunzel. It's really tight. Just it's a great, innocent, charming little film that everybody in the family could enjoy and watch. It's just I saw this in theaters. I'm so glad I saw this in theaters, and it's just one of the movies that I was like, oh, it's another girl film. But I went and saw it, and just I adored it for that, and just love the music, love the characters, love the setting, and just everything. The execution was really done well. That they put so much care to the story and the characters. Just and I'll be down if they ever do a sequel to Tangled, but they did a TV show, which I really thought it was a really good TV series. And it's just, I love Tangled. I just love Tangled. I love Tangled. I love Tangled. I do. That is my number one favorite Walt Disney animation film. Yeah, Tangled's my number one favorite. If you think that I'm wrong, that's cool. You have your own top 10. This is my top 10 favorite Walt Disney Animation Studios. Now, that is all for the top 10. I hope you enjoyed this video and subscribe if you're new, and have a good day and see ya.